Can I really do this? What if I don't clear the exam? I have taken a drop, but अब second thoughts आ रहे हैं. I am feeling stuck क्योंकि ऐसा लग रहा है कि बाकी सभी लोग मुझसे आगे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. At some point, every serious IPMAT aspirant wrestles with questions like these. And this is exactly where the real mentorship begins. Not with Google, not with any hacks, but with someone who listens, understands, and brings you clarity when everything feels overwhelming. In this video, some of our students have asked some very real, very relatable questions. And answering these questions is our Lighthouse's super expert, Karan Sir. Candid and insightful, giving you exactly the perspective you need right now. So if you have ever found yourself asking these questions, this one's for you. Let us begin.
Hello sir, as I am in grade 12th and preparing for IPMAT, I want to build a strong profile for IIMs which would help me in interview process. So can you please help me in building that?
Profile building should be divided into three parts: academics, cultural, and sports. So you need to be, for a very, very good profile, you need to be good with your activities in the cultural events that are happening around you. You need to be good with the sports events around you, and you need to be really, really, really good with your academics. So I think out of all of that, so the first focus has to be on the core academics. In your interviews, academics will play a very important role. I think it's 35% of your overall score. Beyond this, I think if you feel that you don't have a lot of luxury to get into a lot of cultural events now, because you mentioned that you're already in your grade 12th, or maybe even sports, and you haven't picked up any sports, I think reading can be one savior for you. I mean, just a habit of reading a newspaper every day will go a long way in your interview. Third, if you're working on a passion project, I think during our 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th, we kind of start a lot of passion projects. You might start a social media channel, you might start a club, you might start a community. Maybe even if you are very passionate about your social media profile, so that's a passion project for you. So I'll suggest that if you could build that. I mean, of course, don't waste so much of your time building a Instagram channel or something, but yes, something that is very meaningful. So your passion project will also go a long way in your interview. So I would say core academics, divide your overall profile into academic, cultural, and sports. See wherever you can participate in all the cultural events around you and all the sports events around you. Core academics, reading habit. As I said, reading will go a long way in your interviews, because you'll be able to have a lot of conversations if you have been a decent reader or a regular newspaper reader itself. And the fourth was a passion project. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, I'm a class 12 student studying commerce with core mathematics, and I have started preparing for IPMAT in grade 11. So I have finished my syllabus, and one of the concern I have, which has been bothering me from the past couple days, is regarding revision. I'm unable to make time for revision. For example, we are doing algebra in class. I do questions related to algebra before the class, after the class, or in the class. But to be able to revise concepts such as in number systems or arithmetic related, which have like a lot of short tricks and methods which must be revised, I'm finding it difficult to do so. So this is a concern I want to address. Thank you.
Cool. A very interesting question. First, algebra, arithmetic, and number systems are too wide as a topic. You need to first divide them into multiple packets, as in make very unit-wise or a chapter-wise or a topic-wise division of these three broad topics of mathematics. Now, once you've divided them, have a schedule where you'll write a lot of topic tests around these. So, take an example. Suppose you picked up a time, speed, and distance. And let's say we say that I start my revision schedule from the 25th of July. So 25th, I write time, speed, and distance. 30th, I write quadratic equations. 5th of August, say I pick up probability. 10th, I pick up remainder theorem questions and number systems. So I'm just giving you a broad thing. Now, between these two tests, I think you have a 5 days and you have given yourself a chance to revise that particular topic. Now, what do you do in revision? During that revision series, you pick up the questions that you were not able to do, pick up your questions that you must have marked from your RSMs or from any other book that you have referred, and attempt a test on these topics on these dates. Now, the more number of tests you attempt or the more number of questions you solve, you get a feedback. So when I say you get a feedback, it tells you what type of questions you are not able to do. So yeah, I think divide that whole thing into multiple parts, assign topic test to it. Between two topic tests, prepare your chapter by solving a lot of questions, not just by reading the theory. Theory doesn't give you a feedback. Solving a lot of questions will give you a feedback. It might it might be irritating, and have a success failure matrix for it, and make this as a project for the next 3 months. You cannot revise. So algebra, arithmetic, number systems is like whole of mathematics. So if you revise, if you divide them into a lot of topics, I think that should at least take 3 4 months, if not more. And yeah, maybe I think I've said it all.
Hello, sir. I am Kritika, and I was facing certain issues in the quant section, specifically in the algebra section. It is like I understand the concepts very easily in the class, but when it comes to solving the questions in the class, I do it very well. But while it is the time to solve it on my own, the RSMs, I cannot do it. Like I do it, but I face certain difficulties. I don't know why it happens, so I hope you please help me with it.
Yeah, cool. Solve at least 200 questions on this particular unit via solutions. Solutions देख के कर लो. So solutions देखने के लिए ही होते हैं. I'm a big fan of solutions. Solutions देखना पाप नहीं होता. Solutions देखो. क्लास में जब वो चल रहा है तो समझ में आ रहा है, बट जब हम उसको खुद करने जा रहे हैं, वही क्लास में क्या है? क्लास is what exactly is the class. You have a teacher, there's a question, and there's a solution to it. You go back home, you still don't have the teacher, but what you have is the question and the solution. So, कितनी बारी एक्सपेक्टेशन खुद से गलत हो जाती है कि मैंने क्वेश्चन क्लास के बाद मुझसे बनना ही चाहिए, नहीं बनेगा. आई थिंक यू नीड मोर प्रैक्टिस टुवर्ड्स इट. अब किसी चैप्टर में वो प्रैक्टिस 15 क्वेश्चंस की होगी, किसी में 50 क्वेश्चंस की प्रैक्टिस होगी, किसी में 100, किसी में 200 क्वेश्चंस की प्रैक्टिस होगी. सो व्हेन आई एम यूजिंग दिस वर्ड प्रैक्टिस, आई मीन प्रैक्टिस सॉल्यूशंस देख देख के. Very important to understand the minimum number of questions that you need for in a particular topic, along with the solutions. तुम्हें कितने सवाल देख देख के करने हैं, that will vary from chapter to chapter, and the more difficult the chapter you feel it's for you, the more number of questions you need to do via looking at the solutions. मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ, via looking at the solutions. There is no other way out.
Questions that I wanted to ask were what are the best books for IPMAT Indore?
It might sound biased, but I genuinely feel that the ranker study material of supergrads are the best books to prepare for IPMAT Indore. Beyond that, we have launched a couple of publications as well that are available on Amazon and Flipkart, which is the sample papers and the previous year's papers. I don't think you need to go through any other material. Beyond this, we have the test series as well. I think I'm not being biased here, but I genuinely feel the kind of effort that goes into and the type of people who are kind of creating that material, I don't think there is any better material than this. Having said that, I would also want to put it on records that there is no point in solving a lot of content of different types. As in, I would rather recommend you to pick up one study material set and solve it 3 times versus picking up 3 different material sets and solving every material set once. So, because else, if you pick up multiple material sets, what you end up doing is you end up doing the things that you are comfortable in and the things that you like from all of those different type of material. Versus if you just pick one universal set of material, and you would by default end up doing things that you don't like as well. So pick up one material set, standard, I would say, the supergrads material set, do it again and again and again. Yeah, I'm very clear with this.
Hello sir, how can I cover my last month's backlog or any backlog that I will ever had in future? because some months never go as I planned, just like last month June. So how can I cover the backlog of June and also attend both tuitions and study as well? Thank you.
So backlog will be directly proportional to the amount of backlog you have, right? So I'm kind of assuming कि वो पूरा जून का backlog है and it's a kind of a average kind of a backlog. So एक month के backlog को cover करने के लिए divide that complete backlog between 2 months, that is July and August, and have a milestone that you want to achieve every 2 weeks. So suppose you have X amount of backlog, X by 2 be completed in July, X by 2 to be completed in August, 15th of July, 31st of July, 15th of August, and 31st of August. These are the four milestones that you have to cover. So maybe a x by 2 can again be divided into half, that is on 15th of July, x by 4. So x by 4, x by 4, x by 4, x by 4 divided over the next 2 months. Yeah, I think that should take care of what you want to do in July and August as well. And then backlog of June. Yeah, that's how.
How to use RSM's skill drill sets properly so that I can cover each topic after the class. Please guide me in this matter. Thank you so much.
Cool. So I'll take this question into three different parts. Part one, you are still in the concept building stage. You have recently attended the class and you are starting your practice. So because you are at a concept building stage, use the solutions of the RSM. If there are 25, 30, 40 questions in a skill drill test, for you to build concepts, look at the solutions. That will help you. So don't assume that you will be able to do questions by yourself. And if you're not able to don't get demotivated. Use solutions. And whenever you find something that is new or certain question that has a X factor, circle it. Now coming to part two. This is where you are in your first revision mode and you are revising the entire skill drill, right? When you are revising the entire skill drill, कोशिश करना that you don't look at the solutions this time and you try and attempt it on your own. If you're not able to do it, still look at it, but then you try to make an extra effort towards attempting that question, maybe picking up a few hints. The third thing of to utilize the practice or which is like part three, which is kind of the doing the same exercise. Now make it timed. Suppose you want to have 25 questions are there in your skill drill and you are revising it for the second time. That is when you can time it to 25 questions, 25 minutes, and then you attempt it. So the first part is concept building, where you're giving infinite amount of time and using solutions. Second, you are giving again infinite amount of time, but not using solutions. You are kind of using hints maybe from the solutions to the questions that you're not able to do. Third is a time test. So, and I believe that every chapter or every exercise should at least go through these three processes for you to be confident about the chapter, for you to attempt it in the examinations or the mock test.
Hi, I am Kshitij, and my doubt is how to effectively analyze the VA section in the mocks. Actually, I have analyzed tons of mocks, but my scores have not increased that satisfactorily, and my English is inherently weak, so that might be a problem too. But I want to know how to effectively analyze the VARC section. Thank you.
So, see, is first understand, is there a conceptual level issue? I think it's more of a conceptual level issue and it cannot be improved by solving more and more mocks. So, see, why do you write mocks? You write mocks just to understand where you stand in your test preparation journey. Mocks have given you a feedback that you are weak with VARC section or the VA section. When you have that feedback, there is no point in writing more and more mocks because this is the same feedback that you will get even after 5 mocks. So go back to the RSMs, start understanding concepts, practice a lot of questions, go through the lot of solutions to understand why a particular answer option is right, and most importantly, or more importantly, why the other 3 answer options are wrong. So suppose if I'm talking about a reading comprehension, every wrong correct answer option will have at least one word as incorrect. Every right answer option will have all words as correct. So जब हम detailed analysis करते हैं of each and every answer option, maybe in the grammar correction section, like एक particular answer सही है बाकी 3 गलत, तो गलत क्यों है? So just don't analyze or be happy by marking the right answer. Spend time in understanding why the 4 answer options are wrong. 90 odd days, practice a lot of questions, understand comprehension का issue है, grammar rules vocab का issue है. So if you feel that comprehension का issue है, you can figure out कि यार जहाँ पे rules आते हैं, vocabulary आती है, that is more factual in nature, यहाँ I can multiply my marks faster because starting to comprehend things better, that will take some time.